Please, if you come in, have a seat. Thank you. And the topic of this debate is leadership and the environment, waste management, and air quality. So far, we have 3 candidates in the House. Honorable Tevin, you can wave to your supporters. Representing the UID, Honorable Tevin. Honorable Shafik, you can wave to your supporters. Order, order, order. Nope, flag bearer. Honorable Shafik, you're most welcome. We are in the Mvule debate on environment. Order, 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 order in the House. Please, I know what I'm doing. So you want to give me the order? Okay, what can I do? And the theme of this debate is all about the climate leadership and accountability. And the topics of this debate is leadership and the environment, waste management and air quality. Honorable Jackline in the House, you are most welcome. Honorable Jackie, you can wave to your supporters. Honorable Jackie, you can wave to your supporters. Honorable Isma Walakira in the House, you can wave to your supporters. Okay, okay. Order, 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 order. Order. What else do you want me to do for you? Eh? Pardon? Let one person speak. Pardon? Okay, you are fine. A silent Zoe. A silent Zoe. Hey. Walakira supporters. Please come on forward in your trucks. Candidates, you are kindly requested to come and submit in your trucks. Honorable Isma, Honorable Tevin, Honorable Shafik, Honorable Jackline, you are most welcome. Thank you so much for accepting our invitations. Come and give this function. This debate, it's gonna be streamed online via the MUBS TV, MUBS app, and other channels. Point of correction, oh, it's on MUBS TV. So far, we are waiting for only 2 candidates to arrive in the House, and then we begin our session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Order in the house, order in the house. Order in the house, order in the house, order in the house. Honorable Benon in the house. You are most welcome. I've seen you. It's also gonna be broadcasted on MUBS e-learning center. They are also here. Honorable Benon, you're most welcome. Enough, enough, enough. Order, 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 order. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Order in the house. Honorable Benon, you're most welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Once again, allow me to welcome my honorables in the house. Honorable Jackline, you're most welcome. Allow me to recognize the presence of our chairman, Honorable, you're most welcome. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much. Once again, allow me to welcome my honorables in the house, the candidates. Honorable Benon, you're most welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Honorable Jacqueline in the house, thank you so much for coming. You're most welcome. Honorable Isma, you're most welcome. Thank you for coming. Honorable Shafik, you're most welcome. Thank you so much. Then Honorable Tevin, you're most welcome. On the topic of this debate, leadership and the environment, waste management and air quality. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mike. Yeah. So we are going to proceed. We are going to proceed. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to today's debate. Thank you so much for attending. My name is Musimenta Wycliffe, and I am the Public Relations Officer. I am the Public Relations Officer. So today's debate is being handled by the Mvule Club, and it is broadcasted on the Zoom. We are sharing the links It is on YouTube. It is broadcasted by the e-learning center and other media platforms like Naya and others. So we thank you for turning up, all guild aspirants. I recognize the presence of Honorable Tevin, presence of Honorable Kisoma Shafik, the presence of Honorable Walakira, and the presence of Honorable Ambasize Jackline, the presence of Honorable Ambasize Francis Kanuga. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. And I also want to give a credit. Where is Honorable Benon? Honorable Benon? He's not yet in, but when he's in, I will recognize him. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We want to give our credit to the Mvule Club. Thank you for honoring and making this organization. I want to thank the team, that is the EC Commission. Thank you so much, headed by our chairman, Agre Iman Aladuha. Thank you so much, my boss. Yeah, so today's agenda will be arrival of the guests and panelists. The panelists are the Mvule Club, and we shall follow. All candidates will be given a chance to interact with the students, and they they have provided a profile, that is their programs and depending on their leadership background. Okay, thank you so much. Let me also recognize the presence of Honorable Tusiime Benon. Okay, thank you so much. Helena, Honorable Helena Thatro, we shall provide this space for the guild aspirants. You can maybe come in front. They go that side behind. Thank you. Rahuma, we are providing space for them. You sit in front, then they go behind. Thank you. I also want to thank the public relations team of MUBS. Thank you for giving us a support. That is the guy who is taking pics. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm proceeding on introducing today's agenda, debate session program. The first item on the agenda is arrival of guests and panelists. Second is event call to order, anthems and prayers. Then the third is remarks and introduction by the host. That is the Mvule and the Electoral Commission. Then remarks on climate change by panelists. We understand that Mvule Generation Club is about climate, and environment. We need to, however much we are students of a business school, we need to understand the climates we live in and the environment so that we can conserve them for the better and survival as humans on Earth. Thank you. Then next is debate session begins. That is when our aspirants will be called here for the debate and breaks every topic after topic. Then next on agenda is feedback from the audience. We shall have the audience ask questions to get clarity and to know how the aspirants approached and maybe understood the topic. Then next is speeches. Then we shall have the EC vice chairperson. Then okay, thank you so much. Then we shall have communication from the EC, that is the vice chairperson, according to the agenda, and the EC chairperson, and then we shall have call the end of the session. Okay, thank you so much for standing up. Allow me invite the Mvule generation moderator. Allow me invite the Mvule generation moderator, Mr. Joseph, to come and take on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Well, I welcome all of you to this very powerful session we're having today. My name is Joseph Bagumeravinji. I'm going to be a moderator for this debate, and subsequently, I'll be your MC. But before we move ahead, it's important that we do things the right way. I hope the DJ is ready with my anthems. I'm going to have the DJ in just 1 minute to get ready with the MUBS anthem and the national anthem. But before we proceed, I thank all of you for making it in this place. I thank the candidates, the ones I'll address you as Your Excellencies. I'll not address you as Honorable, because out of the over 20,000 students, it's only the 6 of you that have stepped up for this powerful cause. And to the students that have accompanied our candidates, thank you so much. That is a good gesture. It is good for their encouragement, but more importantly, you're writing a statement that you want to have a say or a stake on the institution leadership, not only institution leadership, but also national leadership in the near future. As I drag this kind of statements, I want to believe that my MC is ready. My DJ. Okay. We shall improvise. The DJ doesn't have the MUBS anthem. That's very unfortunate. But let us get up on our feet and honor the country we are in. On our feet, please. Thank you so much. I would like to have a volunteer from the audience to give us an opening prayer. The lady, please step forward. The lady, put up her hand first.
Hello, everyone. Let's humble ourselves and we pray. Heavenly Father God, we want to thank you for the gift of life you've given us. We want to thank you for bringing us here. We want to thank you for the different candidates that you enabled to reach this level, Heavenly Father God. As this debate is going to proceed, may everything go on smoothly. May the candidates present their points very well with effectiveness to whatever is going to happen to MUBS in the next coming years. In Jesus' mighty name we prayed and believed.
Thank you so much. Let's clap for that lady. We can take our seats, please. Yeah, moving forward, I'll be using this platform. At this point, like I said, I'm going to double as the MC and as a moderator. But first, as the MC, we shall have a few speeches, very brief. And the first one will be from the Vice President of Mvule Generation. And I mean, from the Electoral Commission, that is none other than Honorable Faith Nasanga. Let us put our hands together as well. Welcome, Honorable Faith.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's the energy we need today. And a very good afternoon to our guild candidate aspirants. The energy. Thank you. My name is Nasanga Faith, and I'm honored to stand before you today as the Vice Chairperson of the 29th Electoral Commission. And I'm really excited to welcome you to today's Guild Candidates debate. And it's going to be an interesting one, but most importantly, an important one. I request to the students we kindly listen. This is not about vibe. It's about listening to what these Guild candidates have to offer, and then you choose. Thank you so much. As the Vice Chairperson EC MUBS, I believe leadership is about student service and accountability. And that is what we should expect from our candidates today as they are out their manifestos. So I request you pay attention, listen keenly, and so that their decision you're going to make on the 23rd will be fully grounded in the things they have said and are willing to offer. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to officially declare our debate officially started, like it has begun. And let's pay maximum attention. Let's have respect for the candidates while they speak. And you're allowed to cheer on your candidate, but in a respectful way. And respectfully, let us maintain the calmness. Thank you so much. So I would like to hand over to our moderator today, who is just Mr. Joseph Bagumira Binji. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Now that we have heard from Electoral Commission, in regards to Mvule Generation, a very, 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 very powerful organization. In our era, I'm going to welcome an official from Mvule Generation. That is none other than my comrade, the Right Honorable, if we are to speak in terms of a student status when we were still in MUBS, the Right Honorable Mwanguzi Ronald, to say something about Mvule Generation.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I'd appreciate the Electoral Commission for having this. I also want to appreciate the people that have made such an event one of a kind in Makerere University Business School, the Guild aspirants. Please, if you're a team member of a particular team, then I want to hear you say your candidate's name. All right. I have heard all the 6 names. My name is Ronald Mwanguzi. I am a student and a former student here. During my tenure, I think I need to stand here. During my tenure, I was the 25th Guild Speaker. I was the brains behind the constitution you're reading today, for it reads as amended. You know, this wasn't a way thing. But when I was in the guild, I respect and appreciate students' participation in voting as per Article 5 of the MUBS Guild Constitution, which talks about student welfare and you being the sole decision makers of the guild. Without you, we can't have a guild. That is why you're here. I am the Director of Finance and Administration, Mvule Generation Club Limited, where we have Mvule Generation Club of Makerere University Business School. So before I go any further, I'm going to request the team that runs the club in MUBS, Pearl and the team, in just a minute to come and say a word and wave to the people, because the event is a debate and not a speech day. Pearl. And the entire team of Mvule, please, wherever you are. Oh, please just come briefly here. Just briefly. Okay, let's appreciate them as they come. All right. So you're going to tell us how someone can join your club in MUBS, and then we proceed just in a minute. Okay, your name, and then Paul will represent all of you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nekesa Samantha, and I am the Publicity Secretary.
Way. Yes, hope everyone here is doing great. My name is Jamila Nachiemba, the incoming president of Mvule Generation. You're all welcome to join us, guys.
Hello, everyone. My name is Arthur Webo, Secretary General, Mvule Generation Club.
Way. I'm not yelling you, way. Amub soy. Amub soy. Amuvule soy. Amuvule soy. Association soy.
So my name is Shapal Caroline, a year 3 student pursuing bachelor's degree in international business. I am so passionate about politics and Mvule as well. And I serve as the president of Mvule Generation at MUBS. I highly welcome you all to this debate, most especially our guild presidents to be and the EC. Thank you so much for giving us this chance to embrace and to show you. Mr. Agri, we appreciate. And to all the students at MUBS, whoever is streaming live and whoever is here, I kindly request you to join Mvule, because we deal things with heartfelt gratitude. Come join us and let's do MUBS better than ever before. Thank you so much.
All right, let's appreciate them. I also wanted to do it the Makerere way. Unfortunately, time is not on our side. Mvule Generation as an organization is a climate change-based advocating organization that looks at how human beings can preserve the Mother Earth. We look at upholding young leaders in fostering climate change, and that's why we bring it to a debate. As a voter, what does your leader have to say about the rubbish in the university? What do they have to say about climate change? What do they have to tell you about what policy they are going to inculcate and put? Ours as Mvule Generation we are non-partisan. That is why I am here, not as a former speaker, but as a director, administration, representing the executive director. And as Mvule generation, we say we are willing to work with any candidate that goes through. The role is yours to determine. Ours is to work with the president. However, vote as you wish. Okay, the vibe is accepted through the EC chairman. One thing I know about the EC chairman, he protects the students. All right, thank you so much. Like I said, we are non-partisan, and because it is not in our mandate to regulate the students, allow me hand over to the moderator. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Let us put our hands together for the Mvule official and for the Vice Chairperson of Electoral Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, as introduced earlier, my name is Joseph Bagomeravinji. I am 100% sure that we have thousands of students trying to follow on the different platforms that are available in this place. And let's not deny them a chance to hear what's going on inside here. When we call upon the candidates, as when they're expressing themselves, we are going to listen carefully and be very respectful. But of course, when the time for vibe comes, I'll be letting you know there is a moment where you'll shout, but when the candidate is speaking, we shall not do so. Briefly, why, okay, I'm about to start giving candidates responsibilities. Let me have the gentlemen, the people here, a little bit, just some little bit of calm. Thank you so much. The reason as to why I was chosen to be a part of, to moderate this debate is because I have had an opportunity, by the grace of God, to be in the different positions that are represented in here. I have attended the debate when I'm a candidate myself in this same institution. I have attended the debate when I'm the chairperson electoral commission in this institution. I have attended the debate when I'm the moderator of both Mvule and then the other debate in this institution. And I've also attended the debate as a supporter of a candidate in this institution. So that has placed me in the best place to understand what all of you have as needs in regard to a discussion of this nature. So my guidance, I humbly request that in the next 1.5 hours or so, you respect it just because of that fact. I'll move straight to welcoming my candidates to their different panels. I'm expecting a second microphone to be availed, as soon as possible. So when I welcome the candidates, the first one will come through up to this one, the second one like that. That is how we shall follow. The people who may dare to escort the candidate, sometimes it is done, please stop right at that point, so that the candidate moves alone to this side. Let's not congest any place, anything besides this line. Are we together? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, with us here, I welcome a student of year 2, Bachelor of Leadership and Governance, and a former GRC, who happens to be the only lady in this race, and that is none other than Jackline Ambasize. Let's put our hands together and welcome Jackline Ambasize. DJ. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because of public demand and because of fairness and how much we are willing to stand in solidarity with the female students of this institution, especially that we have one candidate from there. We are going to request that we break the arrangement and have her in the third panel so that you're in the middle. Thank you very much for accepting that. Thank you so much. Now, the one I will invite next will come straight to the first one. Ladies and gentlemen, with us, we have a student of Bachelor of Travel and Tourism Management, and that is none other than His Excellency Shafik Kisoma. Put your hands together for Shafik Kisoma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. To the next, without observing any kind of protocol order, I invite a student of Bachelor of Science in Finance, a former chief fresher, that is none other than Mbabazi Kanuga Francis.
Ra, cha, ra, cha, ra. Bembane Kanuga Kuga Mizeno Vimba Nono. Bembane Kanuga Kuga Mizeno Vimba Nono. Bembane Kanuga Kuga Mizeno Vimba Nono. Kanuga Kuga.
Thank you so much. And next is a student doing a Bachelor of Science in Marketing. A former GRC, a former Deputy Prime Minister. That is none other than His Excellency Ismail Walakira.
First Oblak Walakira the campaign. I don't get Baba Pastor, never shake. Karuru Walakira Awamble. Let's go. Mitokosita. Mitokosita. Walakira. Kaisima. Kamilu Kaisima. Let's go. Come over. Look over. Walakira. Sima. Walakira. I say, Echuka Chipet. Isima Acha. Say,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Next. 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 I want to proceed when I have candidates alone. Okay. Next is a student of Bachelor's of Human Resource Management. He is a former off-campus GRC.
Yeah,
and that is none other than Benon Tusiime. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Tusiime Benon,
So much.
Benon yakorere binyuma, nakaruru ngenda kamuwa.
Thank you. Next, and lastly, also, Leslie, he's also a student of travel and tourism management, a former course leader, His Excellency Tevin Curts Pambara. My apologies. Pambara. My apologies.
Are you rising forward? Are you rising forward? I tell you slowly. I say to the T, to the T, to the V-I-N, to the V-I-N. Tikongone, eyo bala tikikuve tikongone, tikongone. Wamulaba bulungi wotiga.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, the audience, for the wonderful reception you've given the candidates. And thank you, candidates, for being extremely smart. Audience, like we had agreed, this is the moment when we shall allow them speak. Okay? And the candidates, to a certain extent, you take charge of your audience just by a sign and tell them it's okay to relax. Other than that, before us, ladies and gentlemen, is His Excellency Tevin Curts, His Excellency Kisoma Shafik, His Excellency Walakira Ismail, His Excellency Kanuga Francis, His Excellency Tusiime Benon, and Her Excellency Ambasize Jackline. Ladies and gentlemen, these gentlemen have stood out regardless of how you treat each other out there because of politics. I'm going to be very uncomfortable with this situation. Friends, let's agree. I'm told their PAs are a bit close. We are over distracting cameras when we over move to the panel. Please, let's regulate that kind of movement. And then, as a professional and trained public speaker, this one is just a guide to my brothers and sisters here. Cold water is very tough for speaking, but it's okay if it's the choice of your team, but it's very tough for it. We are moving straight to the debate. Let me have the microphone to the candidate closest to you. Each one is going to use exactly 1 minute to only introduce themselves and give us their part of the manifesto that speaks to environmental protection. Only that. And it's going to be 1 minute. Audience, please, let's listen to our brother here. Let's speak.
Thank you very much, my fellow students. My name is Kisoma Shafik. I'm here to student doing travel and tourism management, and I'm aspiring for guild president here. The part of my manifesto, which talks about environmental protection, I think that's the part of accountability. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ambasize Francis Kanuga, the student of Bachelor of Science in Finance and aspiring guild president. Now, in regards to my manifesto and how far we can work in the effort of maintaining climate change, we must understand that while we are this institution, what we must understand that as far as much we are in this institution,
you can proceed, please.
As far as we're in this institution, our number one is through sensitization roles. Why? because much of the efforts that we might do in this institution may not necessarily impact the climate, but what the students here go back at home and do in their villages, those are the things that will do impact climate change. So for example, ladies and gentlemen, we can have partnerships with the people like the Mvule Club to have sensitization drives like this, to have conventions where we discuss the dangers, the impacts of climate change in our community. Thank you so much. Ambasize Francis Kanuga.
Thank you so much. Well, for the sake of being fair, a candidate that is interrupted more, I may be forced to give them more time to speak. Just for the sake of being fair. It's only being fair, okay? Let's listen to the lady. Let's listen to the lady. Let's have the lady speak.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jackline Ambasize. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in leadership and governance. First and foremost, no leaving student behind. That's my slogan. So, to build from my slogan, since my slogan says, no leaving a student behind. As a leader, we look at the duty of a leader is protecting the environment. First of all,
for guidance, again, like I said, I understand what each party is going through right now. Candidates don't mind the road statements that come from the side. Just be their president, speak, make your point briefly, and then proceed. So, Jacqueline, unless you're done, but you still have an opportunity, you have a few seconds to conclude.
all right, I said no leaving a student behind. So, and also doing leadership and governance. Part of my manifesto, it's leadership responsibility in environment protection. As a leader has a duty to protect all the environment. And mind you, leadership is the process of influencing others to follow you. So if you can influence the rest, it means you can influence also the environment around you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello. Hello. Walakira Ismail.
Check. 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 Check.
Walakira Ismail is my name. Pursuing bachelor's degree in marketing, year 2. And part of my manifesto, in a way of preserving environment, is putting up a green campus initiative that will promote recycling and also ensure proper disposal of waste and also waste segregation. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's allow the next candidate to speak.
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Tevin Curts in Pambara. A student pursuing a bachelor's degree in travel and tourism management. The part in my manifesto that mentions about the environment is bringing back our UID superiority called the Green Revolution. It is an initiative. It's a project that we usually put out to equip, educate, tell students about the importance of one, the purpose of reducing the population sources in the environment. It has been there. It last worked in the regime of Waswa Christopher, the last president of UID. The banning of waste in the institution polluting our air, and we are still having that happening in the institution.
Thank you so much, Tevin.
Thank you.
Please pass on the microphone. The clock is ticking.
Oh, thank you so much. Greatness is not found in what you have, but in what you choose to become. A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, dear students. Benon Tusiime is my name. I'm in my second year, pursue a bachelor's degree in human resource management. And I'm so much privileged to stand in front of each and every person. People with different mindsets, understanding, and evaluation of things. Have a good afternoon. And I'm so happy that I know we have all done logic. Thank you. So I'm here to tell you one of the things that I think and believe can transform the green life and favor the students. One thing that I've championed even when I was off-campus GRC is promoting the off-campus cleanings. We think and promote cleanliness, smartness, and avoid diseases in the environment, but as well promoting the health of the students. With those few words, I thank you. I wish you all the best. And please have a good afternoon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Let's pass that microphone to Tevin. Okay. Isma, Your Excellency. Just give them a sign, they will listen. Thank you. Before I ask the next question, I welcome the teaching staff in this place and the non-teaching representatives from the administration. Thank you so much for making it. Tevin, my question is as simple as what is waste management according to you?
Now, to me, proper waste management is proper waste management could be through using the proper practices as a leader and the people responsible to dispose of the waste in the school. For example, in the institution, we have a lot of dustbins. As I said earlier, through burning, you're polluting the air. But the KCCA was in position to provide vehicles that come to the institution, pick that rubbish. We pay them annually to pick that rubbish, and then they dispose it off in areas where it is supposed to be disposed of. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me have the microphone to the lady. Jacqueline. Friends, I'm going to request again. Let's allow them to speak. Okay? Okay. Jacqueline, I'm already fond of you for one reason. I also did Bachelor of Leadership and Governance. And I love seeing that program represented on a platform of this nature. I would like to give you a chance to also answer the same question. Okay? You're going to answer the same question. What is waste management?
They said, what is waste management? My own understanding, and I can define it as waste management. This is the proper disposal of waste. For example, we can manage waste through dumping them in the right places.
Yeah, you still have some seconds. Please proceed.
All right.
When you're done, you just say you conclude, but it's okay to speak. Until I stop you, you can continue.
All right. I said it's the proper disposal of waste in the right way. For example, I can say, I can say that it's the disposal of waste rightly. To explain that, putting waste bottles where waste bottles belong, putting polythene bags where they belong. That is management. That is managing waste well.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you. Pass that microphone to His Excellency Ismail Warka. While Jacqueline was explaining waste management, she talked about putting polythene where it has to be and plastics where they have to be. What do you call that?
We call that waste segregation.
Thank you so much. Okay. Now that it is waste segregation, do you think you can deploy that in MUBS, and how effectively can you do that?
Yes, I think waste segregation can be implemented in MUBS.
How?
This is through bringing up trash cans of different color with directions. For example, we already have we have one outside the ADB. We have one as you've entered the main gate, and we have one around block 2. So it is through such ways that we can introduce waste segregation in MUBS.
Okay. I love how you pointed out that. Thank you for pointing out we have ADB, Block 2, and the rest. Does that mean we already have proper waste segregation in MUBS?
No, but right now, what I can say about that, we have, but we need sensitization, and it's sensitization which has been lacking. Because I know right now most of the students are seeing those trash cans, but they are just wondering why are they of different color. And maybe if we do sensitization, they can know the use of those trash cans and why they're in different colors.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Do I need to deploy security for people to understand they don't have access to candidates when we are talking? Okay, let's have the microphone to His Excellency Ambasize Francis. Ambasize, your counterpart Isma has pointed out that we don't have enough policies to deal with waste segregation. What would you do different from what has been done already?
Well, what we must understand is first understanding the status quo. As he described, the status quo stands that we have these, I would call them fancy looking dustbins, positioned in different places. And they were put there, but the students don't know the reason as to why they were put there. No other means or mode of sensitization that has been conducted to institute the students to understand what it means to conserve the environment, what it means to do waste segregation. And maybe to note specifically.
Proceed, please.
Yes, and in the sensitization, we can teach them things like the 5 R's of proper waste segregation. And this includes refuse, reuse, recycle. All these things must be taught to them. And then that is when we shall have proper waste segregation.
Thank you so much. Now, again, our candidates are giving us a very good debate. Let's not distract it. At least now I see the tags you're putting on. I can easily say so and so supporters. Stop what you're doing. Okay? Thank you so much, Mbabas. Please let me have the microphone to Benon. Benon, in reading your what can I call it, profile, you are a former GRC. In other words, you're not new to student leadership in this institution. What are the current policies in regards to waste management in MUBS?
That are put or that have been put?
Again, let me rephrase. Silence, please. Let me rephrase. Now that you've been a student leader, you must be well versed with the institutional, or you can call it guild policies in regard to waste management. What are those?
Thank you so much. Thank you. There are quite a very, very big number of them. But the first one I can say, like they talked about the fancy dustbins. That is one they have displayed and put into place. Another point, we have cleaners all over who are branded, and that is their purpose of preserving the environment. And we also have dustbin collection areas. You get my point? I think those are the policies that have been put in place to make sure that the environment that is at MUBS has been put into proper treatment and even management. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to.
Invitation is C.
What's that? Again, don't get into them. Please stay here, okay? But thank you for that response. Let me have him with the microphone. With Shafik here. His Excellency Benon. Kisoma, Your Excellency, my apologies. He pointed out that part of the policies are the fact that the institution employs cleaners. Do you call that a policy? In your opinion?
No, it's not.
So what are the policies
The policies of sustainable.
that MUBS has employed to make sure we will manage waste well?
One of the policies that MUBS has employed, MUBS has restricted the placing. If you move around MUBS, you'll find that all school canteens, they are placed in one place. They have not been disposed everywhere. That means that there is a way they are engaging these people to use only that place, meaning we can't find disposals everywhere. That's why we have the One Path Cafe. That's where the canteens are. That's one of the policies.
Thank you so much. Shafik. Shafik, you're Shafik, right? What you've shared is very thoughtful. It's not common for someone to think that the canteens are in one place. I commend you for that. So my next question is still to you. In your opinion, what is air pollution?
Air pollution.
Yeah.
Air pollution is the contamination of air through different sources.
Thank you so much. Let's pass the microphone to His Excellency Kanuga. Okay. Friends, I am aware of each one's political party, but I've not used it because it is an environmental kind of debate. Of course, for clarity, just for the sake of clarity, I have been a student here and I was a flag bearer of the NRM. And it's not a problem, but because of my maturity, I can conduct a debate like this. Thank you so much. His Excellency Kanuga. Kanuga. His Excellency Kanuga. What causes air pollution? Okay. 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 Okay, let's proceed. Okay, let's proceed. His Excellency Kanuga, what causes air pollution?
Understanding that the scope of debate is within this institution.
Yeah.
What causes air pollution here within MUBS is how we dispose of this waste by usually burning it. And we have, I think, somewhere near up there where they gather trash and they burn it from there. I think another area is down in Kataza, there's a place where they collect trash and burn. And burning trash, this kind of waste, whenever you're burning it, you're causing air pollution. So in this very scope, such activities are the causes of air pollution. Thank you so much.
Okay, let me have the microphone to His Excellency Walakira. His Excellency Francis Mbabazi has put it that burning rubbish has been one of the causes of pollution. What would you do different? Because he's right, burning causes fumes in the environment. What would you different, or what would you recommend? Maybe doing is big, but what would you recommend for the institution to employ?
All right. One, we have the no banning waste policy in MUBS. And one thing I would do, or one thing I would recommend, one thing I would do is to ensure that we follow this policy. And another thing is to ensure that the waste team or the cleaning company brings in vehicle to take away the rubbish out of the university rather than banning it within the institution because it's causing air pollution.
Thank you very much. Let's move the microphone to the lady. The conversation has been put around burning rubbish. Okay? The conversation, I'm going to request you that don't be one of the person chanting them. Yes, lady. Are you ready? Are you okay to speak? You seem like you're very comfortable. Are you okay to speak? Can I ask? Can I ask? Okay. Why is it important? No, just focus on me. Why is it important to reduce air pollution? Why is it important to reduce air pollution? Jacqueline, just try. Just speak. Ignore the noise. Just try. Speak.
All right. I think it's important to reduce air pollution. First of all, we take in oxygen. So I advise we should reduce air pollution because if we pollute the air, that is carbon dioxide. So it means we are going to be taking in carbon dioxide instead of oxygen.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Now, we have a challenge. We have a challenge about the mindset of the public in regards to this kind of things. The perception of the public. Okay? So the question is, in a situation when we have a negative perception, yes? In a situation when we have a negative perception from the public, in this regard, the students and the surrounding community, how would you handle a challenge like that? Because even as we speak, even if you gave us rules here, if we got up for some reason, someone is going to leave an empty bottle behind. Even when Honorable Walakira, His Excellency Walakira has pointed out that we have dustbins. How do we handle a situation like that?
Right. A situation like that we can handle if I'm placed in power, I'll make sure that every lecture room or a theater has a dustbin at the doorway.
Thank you. I think that is very good. Pass the microphone to Tevin. Tevin, do you agree? Do you agree that putting dustbins would be helpful to every lecture theater? Do you think that would be helpful?
I don't think that would be a better solution.
Why do you think? What do you think would be a better solution?
The same environment you're trying to clean and you're dirtying it at the same time. Rather, I would encourage cleaners to do their work in time, regularly in the morning and evening hours, do the cleaning, put the dustbin, the wastage in the designated areas, then the truck comes and does its work as it's supposed to be.
You see, Tevin, I look at the idea of cleaners.
Yes.
I look at it as a way of putting up with the resistance already. Because as a student, if I'm not willing to drop it where it's supposed to be, and then I'm busy,
Good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. Musa, the Grecam. Joseph Obagumira Binji is a person of high credibility. That is number one. Number two, I am running out of my patience. I remember I told you, on nomination day, your candidate still belongs to me. If you want me to make history, no, it's okay. You yap, that I will disqualify Isma. Therefore, Travis, Vikita, Cassidy, I do not want to restrain anyone from these elections. Are we together? The beauty of this all, I know each and every one of you. Therefore, my kind request is, the reason as why we restricted the number of students in here is to give these, the lady and the gentleman opportunity for them to be listened to. Therefore, I kindly request, let us pay attention and listen to them. Thank you so much.
Yes, Tevin.
Yes, please.
I was still with you.
Yes, please.
In my opinion, and I think according to Shafik as well,
Yes.
the idea of cleaners, focusing on cleaners, would not be enough to handle the resistance.
Yes.
Okay? So in my opinion, besides what she's talking about, because according to her, resistance comes because dustbins are probably in a distance.
Yes.
And she's advocating that we shall have them
Mm.
at each lecture room or lecture theater,
Yeah.
regardless.
Mm.
In your opinion, you say that is not a solution.
Yes.
And you think the solution is to harden the police on ensuring that the cleaners are cleaning in time.
Exactly.
But now we are looking at the students who we are sending out there to the world,
Yes, please.
where they may not have a cleaner in society, so and so.
Yes,
because you know the kind of environment we live in.
Yes, please.
How do you help the student get out with a better mindset in regards to waste disposal?
Yes, please.
That is what I'm talking about. How are you going to address that when you're voted in power?
Creating campaigns and awareness. However, why I'm insisting we shouldn't have those dustbins in the classroom or the class block is, listen please, is even if you have put the wastage the way they say they are fancy dustbins out there, you would find someone disposing of something in a particular dustbin that is not supposed to be in. But regularly, creating awareness about a particular thing would come to the results that you want to come off to. However, we still want the environment to be clean. So putting the cleaners to their duty in the right time would also enable us to stay in a clean environment. That is what I'm looking at.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's have Benon. Benon. Benon.
Yes, sir.
Yes. As a guild president, or as a student, let me say that, as a student leader, what are your long-term goals and aspirations in regard to environmental conservation? Long-term.
Thank you so much. Only that I'm worried that however much I talk about environmental pollution and air pollution here and there, we are still polluting the environment by noise. Thank you so much. And my long-term plan for environmental conservation, which actually I believe should not only be for MUBS, but even after here, because I don't think I'll be here for more than 3 years. I think as a country or as an institution, we should upgrade how we recycle or even dispose our waste materials. I believe we should make research and benchmark that how some institutions have had people go to institutions like outside this country. They go and benchmark and see how better they dispose their waste and even conserve the environment. I believe benchmarking and even improving, you see, technology. Why should we first bring fire to burn these things? These things can bring money. You get my point? How I wish that we should bring the recycling or any recycling machine, recycling place, and we make sure that we even get money out of these waste or dust that we get from this. So that is the long term. However, I don't know whether I'll be here for a long time because it is for only 1 year. Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Let me have the microphone with His Excellency Walakira. Okay. I want to first of all commend you for managing your team. That is powerful. Now, there's a question I've already asked, but I feel like you need a chance to re-echo it in regard to disposal. How do we best deal with waste disposal in MUBS? Best. We've talked about dustbins, we've talked about burning, we've talked about vehicles picking the rubbish and all that kind of thing. What is the best remedy to waste disposal in MUBS?
The best remedy to waste disposal is recycling. Because if you're to observe, these wastes have a use, each of them. Because look at things like maybe the organic materials can be used as manures. And then the plastic materials can be recycled to make more plastics. When you look at the paper materials can also be recycled to make more materials like toilet papers. So I think that's the best way to manage wastes.
Thank you so much. I hope in your tenure, if you make it as guild president, you'll have a club that creates such businesses for students. For me, I love it when you put in the business perspective because this is a business institution. But I want to ask the same question to His Excellency Kanuga. In your opinion, how can we best deal with waste disposal in MUBS?
The best way starts with sensitization, because who's disposing of the waste? MUBS is an institution that has over 20,000 students. If you sensitize these students, better use whatever available avenues to dispose of this waste, then definitely you're going to have proper waste disposal. Because whenever you provide you put up the dustbins, you bring about a club maybe to engage those who can recycle and etc., but you don't sensitize these masses, then whatever solution you've gotten will not work. So it starts with such efforts like environmental management and environmental conservation. You must start with sensitization. Once the masses have been sensitized, then they can use whatever solution you have brought to conserve the environment. Thank you so much.
Speaking of sensitizing, what are you going to do to sensitize?
Well, definitely, I'm going to work with the existing clubs and associations. For example, I'm hoping that in my term of office, I don't see Mvule generation again only during the race, but during the process, engage them, have activities, have even debates that don't have guild candidates, but have the general public, because that is when they are going to know. The more active these associations are, the more impactful they are going to be in the community of MUBS.
Okay. Thank you so much. Having mentioned that engaging Mvule generation more and more, not only in debates, I want to believe that the next time they need your assistance in this sensitization, you come a little bit early.
Of
not
course.
late like you did today. Okay, let's move to His Excellency Shafik. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Would you say anything different in regard to to waste disposal?
Yeah, I would have something different to say about that.
Yes.
The other policy we should be actually emphasize, maybe different from what my other candidates have been saying, is to set up strict laws. In case if you are gotten maybe disposing anyhow, there should be some strict laws set against you.
As a guild president, or as you recommend that to the administration?
The administration.
Okay. Would you have any laws you think that are strict enough?
Laws that are strict enough.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe you may tell them to clean the area. Yeah, where they've disposed.
Thank you. I love the microphone to the lady. Now, in our times, I've never been guild president, but in this institution, I still have dustbins that bear my picture and name. The question is, what have you done already? What have you done already in regard to waste disposal?
Pardon?
What have you done already in regard to improving waste disposal in this institution?
All right. What I've not done it as a person, but I've done it with a group that is Ligosa, and we always do general cleaning after a month. Yes, as Ligosa Association.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. At this point in time, I want to thank you. But the fact that you have bottles of water right before you, and you've been standing for quite some time, I'm going to give you exactly 3 minutes. You can take your water. You can consult from anyone in regard to anything, for anything. So just 3 minutes. Use it to cool down, take some water, and consult anything that you need to consult. Thank you. The DJ, you can just give us something slight, as long as it doesn't belong to any of them. Give us something neutral.
Do me like you go silly ganja. Why you go there post the ganja? When they bring the smoke, you sit on the room, but they ain't know yet to be round. I wish I could afford a roll, drive around and fuck the police. But my mom depending on me, on me. Turn up that volume for me cause I can't shout. If it could happen to me, then I can't fight. And I think I'm gonna know when it feels right. Yeah, I'm ready, hold up. And I'm not ready to be anyone shot. Walk it and be about it. Lay it on the table, your intentions. I wasn't alone when I was running. When I was you and up and coming. Up when my mama used to tell me, well, baby, don't forget from where you coming. I cannot forget I cracked my heart and hope to die. I cannot forget in this show on my body. More than that, I wanted more than everybody. But I can't stop wishing I wish I had that road. I wish I could afford a rollie. Drive around and fuck the police. My time depending on me. Turn on the volume to me cause I can't shout. If it happen to me, then I can't fight. Yeah, I think I'm gonna when it feels right. Yeah, I'm ready, hold up, and I'm not ready to be anyone shouting. Well, yeah, I'm ready, hold up, and I'm not ready to be anyone shouting. Well, so I'm ready, hold up, and I'm not ready to be anyone shouting. Well, yeah, I'm ready, hold up, and I'm not ready to be anyone. Who's silly ganja? Why you go there post the ganja? When they bring the smoke, you sit on the room, but they ain't know yet to be round. They should go to Puerto roll, drive around and fuck the police. But my mom depending on me, on me. Turn up that body for me cause I can't shout. If it happen to me, then I can't fight. And I think I'm gonna know when it feels right. Yeah, I'm ready, hold up. And I'm not ready to be anyone shot. Want me to think about it. Lay it on the table for my attention. I wasn't alone when I was running. When I was you and up and coming. Up when my mama used to tell me, well, baby, don't forget from where you coming. I cannot forget I cracked my heart and hope to die. I cannot forget I wrote the initials on my body. More than that, I wanted more than everybody. But I can't stop wishing I wish I had that road. I wish I could afford a road. Drive around and fuck the police. My mouth depending on me. Turn on the volume to me cause I can't shout. If it happened to me, then I can't fight. Yeah, I think I'm doing it feels right.
We have 60 seconds. 60 seconds to resume. That is exactly 1 minute. We have 1 minute to resume. 1 minute to resume. 1 minute to resume. Let me have the candidates get back to. Let me have the candidates get back to their. Candidate, let's get back.
Yes, yeah, yes. No, no, no. Here's the first one. Raka, raka, yeah, 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 yeah. That's touchdown, roto. If they made play with lotto, my feelings, you not what do. When I get burned, that's it, it's total. Living life like a chance on the lotto. I'm not stressed with my cheese and solo. Big that motto. Now, but I'm moving it, speech at stuff. Phone, I'm at the top. Sell up this one. When I'm got it, but put it on yourself.
That is okay.
Maybe put it in a frame. Keep good memories, put them in a frame.
Thank you so much. Candidates, are we ready to resume? Candidates, are we ready to resume? Oh, okay. Media, are we okay to move forward? Okay, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, a lady and gentlemen, I want to first of all thank you for the previous session, but also as a trained public speaker, we have a belief that when you're holding the microphone, you have the power. When you're speaking, it's you who knows, everybody else doesn't know. That is why you're standing on a podium and the rest are seated, because you have exceptional knowledge. That is to just allow yourselves speak, okay? Allow yourselves speak your mind. These things may look small. A few moments ago, when I was at AC chairperson, one of the candidates that was on a panel sharing is now a member of parliament. It doesn't take a lot. That is advice for you. Just relax. Respond like you're a president indeed. Don't be scared. The noise is always going to be there, but deal with it. Have emotional intelligence and don't get excited. Is that okay? Okay. Now, I will start with a very simple question. And okay, yes, let the lady with the microphone start. Are you okay with starting? Okay. Jacqueline, what is good air? Jacqueline, what is good air according to you? What is good air? If we talk about air, this is under air pollution. So in your opinion, what is good air?
You're saying what is good air?
Yes.
I believe good air is the good air is the okay. We have types of air. We have okay. Good air, I can define it as it's the unpolluted air.
Thank you so much. And His Excellency Walakira, what is bad air?
Bad air is contaminated air.
Thank you so much. Okay. Now this question is going to go straight to Walakira. What did I make? If I made a mistake in my grammar, I apologize. My apologies. Relax. And if I mention anyone's name wrongly, that's why I keep mentioning, calling you Tevin, because the other name is a bit tough. Okay. Let's proceed. And I'm going to request also my audience to be kind. It's also a sign of discipline. Being kind. It takes nothing to relax. Okay. My brother, how is air pollution connected to sustainable development of this university or city, country, or the world at large? So let me just rephrase the question. How is air pollution connected to sustainable development? How it is connected?
Air pollution.
Take your time.
Yes.
Take your time.
Air pollution is connected to sustainability through, this is because
Silence, please. Because the two things here, we have air pollution and then we have sustainable development. How are the two connected?
So air pollution and sustainable development are connected in a way that air pollution can bring about diseases. Yes, and also it can also bring about issues like airborne diseases.
Okay. Some silence, please. Does any of the candidates here understand the meaning of sustainable development? Any? Okay, let me have a definition starting from Benon coming this side. Guys, it's very okay not to have an idea about something. Okay? That's why even when a leader gets in power, they will have a cabinet. He may not understand sports. That's why they need a sports minister. So allow them speak respectfully. So, Benon, what do you understand by sustainable development?
Thank you so much, sir. And I think sustainable development is that development that is not only coming for a short while, but is a continuous and a well-planned development that will even be there at any time, that has a clear processes. Thank you.
Move the microphone to Tevin. Do you have a different definition?
I will just have to agree with him.
Yes, please.
I will have to agree with his definition.
Thank you so much. Now, let me move. I want all candidates to give a view about it. You have something?
All right. Sustainable development means something that can be there for quite a long time.
Thank you. Jacqueline? Jacqueline?
I don't know.
I repeat the question. In your opinion, what do you understand by the term sustainable development? What do you understand by the term sustainable development?
First of all, what is sustainable? Sustainable is something you can Okay.
Yes. That question is not on paper. I'll not give it much time. That's why I was like, if you feel like it's hard, you pass the microphone. It's okay. It's not here. I only brought it up so that we can leave this place understanding that meaning. All of us.
Okay. You said, what do I understand by sustainable development?
But Jacqueline, pass the microphone to.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Sustainable development refers to capacity to maintain economic development as time progresses.
Thank you.
Sustainable management refers to emphasizing proper environmental practices.
Thank you. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, every candidate here has an idea about it. But for friends, for the sake, friends, what's happening? Gentlemen in classes, you look smart. Let me give this definition just for the sake of guiding the next questions, because they're about sustainable development. Sustainable development is a holistic approach to progress that meets present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet them. Let me break it down. Let's go with this. It is, friends, this is for you as well. Sustainable development is coming up with measures to solve a current problem without causing a problem for the future. That's what they call sustainable development. Coming up with a current solution of a current problem without that solution affecting the future. What do I mean? In regard to our topic, if the solution to waste disposal is banning it, as long as banning it is exhuming fumes that affect the environment, that will cause us to have lengthy sunshine in the future, that is not sustainable development. Are we together? So again, have we understood it? It is coming up with a solution for a current problem to ensure that solution does not affect the future at all. That is what they call sustainable. Now the question back to, are we okay now, my brother? Isma. Can I rephrase the question now? Pass the microphone to Isma. How is air pollution connected to sustainable development? Here the question adds in the university, city, country, and whatever. But let's keep it at that. How is air pollution connected to sustainable development? How are the two connected?
I don't have an idea concerning that.
Thank you so much. Let me have that microphone. Would you want to pass that same question to any of the candidates of your choice? Of your choice. Okay. Again, how is air pollution connected to sustainable development?
Now, when you look at our country currently, we are facing pollution from fumes from the vehicles, borders, and all other sources of exhumes. So, how is it connected to air pollution? Those fumes are now being emitted to the environment, causing or leading to the high degrees or temperature increase in the environment, hence affecting the ozone layer and leading us to having climate change and all other hazardous impacts to this institution, the country, and the world at large.
Thank you so
much.
much.
That is how I understand.
Thank you. My colleague, do you have any candidate you think should answer that question next?
I would ask His Excellency Kanuga Francis to answer.
So the question was, how is air pollution connected to
Friends,
sustainable
okay.
development?
Before we proceed, there's a very terrible practice I've seen already. It's not the discipline of any candidate to have their phones. I don't know how it happened. I request that just get your phones and just. Okay, the assistants, I would say put them in here for the sake of wasting time. But assistants, pick the phones. Okay. And thank you. Thank you for alerting me. I'd seen it, but I didn't pay attention until you mentioned it. Kanuga, you have the microphone.
So the question was, how is air pollution connected to sustainable development? Now, for the fact that air pollution may be taking place, it means it compromises a holistic approach. It compromises a holistic approach to solving the problem of climate change. Now, if air pollution is happening, it means we have neglected finding a solution to ensure that future generations are not attacked by climate change.
Thank you so much. Each candidate will answer the same question. So pass it to who you think should answer next.
I don't know the question.
What is the connection between air pollution and sustainable development?
Air pollution. Sustainable is how we can minimize this. Maybe how we can minimize this air pollution. Specifically how people are spoiling everything.
Thank you. Thank you. I think the only two people who haven't answered it, the lady and then Benon.
All right. That question, I can relate it with the health and quality life. We said air and we take in air. Carbon dioxide contains a lot of germs or call them diseases. Trust me, if, okay, for example, the example I can give, it's it's Coke. If someone can, if someone was to take Coke every day, that is taking in carbon dioxide every day. So it means you develop some diseases. That's why you hear someone has lung cancer, has, okay, there are very many.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. It's an excellent illustration. Yes, let's speak.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah.
Actually, to my understanding, I would even not love air pollution to be connected to sustainable development because they are not friends. Because, thank you, air pollution is what we've been fighting against. Literally, it cannot be connected to sustainable development. And my prayer is that sustainable development can only happen without air pollution. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You have responded well. I want to thank His Excellency Ambasize Jackline. The illustration you've given brings it out well. You may take Coca-Cola to quench the problem of thirst right now. But if it's going to bring you lung cancer later, it means it is not sustainable. Okay? So when I bring it back to this conversation, like I always mentioned, when I look at you, I see policymakers tomorrow. Today, the president's solution to unemployment is encouraging investment, especially in industrialization. But it is very clear to most of us, the scholars, that the more industrialization, the more fumes in the, and that kills our long-term solution to our economy, which is agriculture, in the near future, because the climate is already being affected. So when I think it's that microphone. So whatever question I'm going to ask around the same, just see it in that view, okay? A solution that brings another problem is not sustainable, okay? Thank you. Now, I'm going to ask, I think Benon has survived my question so much. Pass that microphone to Benon. Benon. And excuse me when I just call you by name. What are some of the activities that we can do to improve air pollution? Air quality. Some of the activities we can do, by we are in a student community, to make sure we improve the quality of the air we breathe.
Thank you so much. I think I've not survived your questions because I've answered quite many, but I will answer that, no worries. And like we had talked about this earlier before, that the best thing as a Gildu president or any policymaker anywhere in this campus, I will not encourage anything like banning the waste using this matchbox or even this log fire. I would only encourage recycling using improved machines, which we can afford, by the way, as a country. It does not take a lot. By the way, did you know that after recycling that waste, we can pay tuition to students that maybe we say they lack tuition, we can create regular funds we need. That's where I can get it from.
My brother, Mr. President. We're talking about quality air. I want you to restrict yourself for that area of question, okay? So I'm going to ask it so that you're precise with the answer, okay? What are some of the activities we can do to improve the quality of air we breathe?
Thank you. I'm sorry to explain much. And I just said precisely or shortly to answer. What we have to first solve is this normal or common cause of burning the rubbish and the waste. Let's use recycling machines. Not burning, but you can bring, recycle, and then thank you so much. I don't know how to explain.
No. You're accurate. Thank you so much. It brings me to the other part. You mentioned this thing of recycling. And probably it brings us to the 3 R's that we have in regard to waste management. Pass that microphone to Tevin. What are the 3 R's?
Reuse.
Thank you.
Recycle.
Thank you.
Reduce.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pass the microphone to His Excellency Walakira. The idea of reduce, does it really make sense to you? Do you think it is practical? You think it is practical to reduce? In regard to the 3 R's,
Yes.
my colleague or brother Walakira, do you think reducing part of it works?
Yes.
Please explain how.
When we reduce wastes, it is a way of waste management because we shall be limiting the amount of wastes to be emitted in the environment.
Yep. Now, you've defined what reducing is. Because now, okay, we're talking about plastics, polythenes, such things commonly used in the institution. How best can you reduce those, really? How do you reduce the use of plastic in this institution? Or polythene?
All right.
Given our canteens and how we are served.
Yes. The use of plastics can be reduced through using things like paper bags. With the use of paper bag, we can reduce the use of polythene, and then with the use of maybe steel disposable cups, we can also reduce the use of plastic bottles.
Thank you. You had a very good answer, which I can challenge, but I will not. But then you spoiled it by saying using now disposables, meaning you want to dispose more. But no, let's have the microphone to His Excellency Kanuga. His Excellency Kanuga, do you agree that the use of paper bags is a solution in regard to reduction? We are now in the 3 R's, but we are still talking about the reduce. Does the use of paper bags like he suggests, is it a solution?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, I'm going to relate it with the previous conversation we had about sustainable development. We all know, or let's get acquainted with it. Paper bags are made from
trees.
So meaning to use paper bags, we need to cut more trees. How is that a sustainable solution in regard to our environment?
Okay, I will compare. If we continue using the plastic, we are going to choke the soil so much, we'll not have soil to plant trees anymore. But if we have a shift and reduce the plastic and continue, because you see, there are people who carry out tree agriculture, which means these trees are specifically grown to produce paper. So how is it sustainable? Yes, we are reducing the use of plastics, which are going to end up choking the soil, but we are resorting to use of paper, which is produced from trees, which can be grown from well managed, grown specifically for that role.
Thank you so much. Let's clap for him. Pass the microphone to him. I will tell you, the responses each candidate is giving are very good, but I keep challenging each response so that we can widen our knowledge about this topic. It's a bit complex, but I'm glad the leaders we have can deal with it. Your Excellency.
Yeah.
Now, I want to move to thank you so much. Now, remind us, what are the 3 R's again?
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Now, in the setting of a student community, how best can you reuse? How do you picture a student, for example, this lady, taking this to keep cooking oil or what? How best do you think a student can reuse?
Okay, let me first attempt that one of reduce. If you say that we should reduce, that means that in our university, if we've been disposing, let's say 1,000 plastic bottles a day, if you say that you should reduce, that means that maybe let's be disposing like 10, which doesn't make sense.
Okay, now, for me, I trust that reusing is a solution. Now, the question is, how best do you think we can reuse?
The best way we can reuse, maybe is to bring reusable bottles.
Thank you.
Yeah, reusable bottles.
Thank you, Kisoma. There is a response His Excellency Walakira gave earlier in the introducing remarks. What businesses, now in regard to reusing, what businesses can a business student, what business ideas can a business student pick from the waste so that we are reusing? What businesses do you have in your mind?
The business idea a student can get from reuse is one craft work.
Craft work.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, because of time, I'm going to use the next 15 minutes to close. Okay. Okay. Let me have the microphone to your next, to the next person, your colleague. Tevin, I heard you have a very wonderful chant, which I love, about UID. What was that? Can you repeat that chant you used?
The Green Revolution.
The Green Revolution. Thank you.
Yes, please.
In the current technological era, this era of technology, what role does technology have to play in waste management policies? What role does technology have to play in regard to the waste management policies?
I would like to refer you back to a question you asked one of my fellow candidates. How are they going to create awareness? Through the social media platforms that these students always use, hence the technology. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So it can only help in awareness.
Not only that, I would like to refer to also what that fellow gentleman has used. I would not want to take the credit. The reuse of the water bottles that we use in this school, we take them back to the manufacturing company. They recycle them and they bring back bottled water.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have 6 candidates here. I'll need each one of them to choose one colleague. If you had an opportunity to work with one of these, in regard to conserving our environment, with the ideas you have been sharing, in fact, don't be restricted that this one has been picked. For example, if candidate A says I would work with candidate C, if you feel it's the same thing, you have a right to do so. But everyone is going to give an opinion in regards to that. I want to start with Benon. With the insightful discussion we have had, who of the 5 would you want to work with in regard to environmental conservation?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm only allowed to choose one. I can even choose. Thank you so much. They are all brilliant. They are all so much interesting. But if I'm to choose, I would choose my brother Tevin to work with in the conservation.
Thank you. Pass this microphone to Ashraf. Sorry, Shafik. Ashraf Shafik.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Still, I will choose Tevin for so many reasons. Yeah, he's
Thank
my
you so much.
classmate. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. He has even given a reason. He's my classmate.
He's my classmate.
Please pass on. You have a right to give a reason, eh? Please, Mr. Kanuga, pan that microphone to the lady. Who would you choose? Out of the 5, who would you choose to work with?
Out of the 5,
If you had an opportunity to just choose one, who would you choose?
not being selfish, but I would choose myself because I believe I have the best solutions to them.
Is that the point where we say the entire conversation, you believe no one has said anything that is worth working with?
Pardon?
Does that mean In the entire conversation we have had, no one has said anything that is worth working with. Okay, pass the microphone to Walakira.
In this conversation,
Yes, please.
I would wish to work with myself.
Okay, let's have the microphone to Mbabazi. Tap.
Well, from this conversation,
Do you have some water there? You can sip.
from
When the
this
mouth-
conversation, I would wish to work with His Excellency Benon.
Benon. Let's have Tevin give us his opinion. Tevin, have you chosen who to work with yet? Not yet. Tevin. Tevin has not yet chosen anyone. Who do you want to work with?
Dear moderator, all these gentlemen you're seeing here and the lady have very brilliant ideas. I will not discriminate. I would love to work with them all, not one. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is for our candidates. First, you don't need to dodge a question. If you only have one person to work with, there is always that one person, and for a certain special reason to work with. So I'm not going to excuse you. You're going to answer that question again. You're going to have to choose someone.
Me.
You. Yes. You can't just say that. There's that one person. It is just, okay, don't take things personal, guys.
Yes.
It's just an interesting thing, but let's be honest with it.
Yes. Now, basing on this conversation we have had, I would tell that Awan Benon has been very, very equipped with ideas. I would love to work with him.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my concluding remarks to the candidates. This institution has been in existence since 1998, if I'm not mistaken. Since 98. In other words, in the next 2 years, this institution will make in how many years? You're quite interesting. In the next 2 years, in 2028, this institution will work how many years? Mr. Who is doing science in finance? Sanoga. How many? How many? Okay, let me excuse him. It will be making 30 years of existence. I asked him not because of anything. He's doing science in finance. They do the math. They're doing the math. It's not like us of BLG. We look a little. But now listen. If 30 years, meaning we are going to right now, we are making 28 guilds. Is it? 28. Am I correct? 29. So if there are 29 guilds, in other words, we have had this kind of set for the last 29 years. The question is always going to be about what is that distinction that makes you different? What is that element about your leadership that will be forever remembered? In short, what is that about your quality that is going to be sustainable? In other words, now I'm talking about the sustainable all of you are talking about. Continue to be reflected on over the years. And I want to applaud all of you for your participation so far from the time you joined the campaigns. But I also want to release you, but by encouraging you. Go on and make your point in whatever way you can, especially in regard to how you intend to make a difference. Like I mentioned earlier, the speaker of this country, the Right Honorable Anita Mong, is a product of this institution. So in everything that you do, be sure that the institution has not lacked people to look at out there, okay? And so many others. I've just spoken that example because it's literally the highest office of those that have gone through this institution. Now, to the rest of the students, Please, as much as you can, support your candidate. Give them your best. Now I'm speaking as a person with experience of a candidate. Give them your best support. These people are all emotionally drained. Finances, I don't know, but emotionally, they are emotionally drained. Please stand with them as much as you can. Number 3, take this debate very serious. When it comes to the bottles, buveras, take it upon yourself to stay with that until you find a dustbin. This is a discipline that even if you're boarding a border, it's okay to board it with an empty bottle. If you're sure at hostel, there is a dustbin. Go and drop it right there. Because in this world, we have had calamities. They come and go. But there is one that is environmental. When it comes, it has no remedy. You can only improvise by allowing it to die. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I remain Joseph Bakumeravinji. Your Oh, I've been told that the audience should be given a chance to ask some questions before I close. I'm going to give an opportunity to one question for each camp. That makes it 1, 2, 3, 6 questions. One question for each camp. I'm seeing this camp is for. When I see that gentleman, I think he's a former candidate. Should I believe that is UID? So the question on behalf of UID will come from my colleague. Your Excellency, please step forward. We may not move this microphone. Yeah, this one coming. Who is going to ask from which camp is that? Kanuga's camp? Gentlemen, step forward. Let them first come, all of them. Uh-huh. From the camp of, I saw this was His Excellency's what? Ismail's camp. One person? One person? Are you from his camp? Okay, let me simplify the English. I know you're many. Please, I just one, because of time. We can't have many asking. Thank you. And then from Benon. Benon's camp. If there is no person from Benon's camp, thank you. Step forward. And then a person from Jackline's camp. A person from Jackline's camp. A person from Jackline's camp. Yes, please step forward. I think we are left with His Excellency Shafik. Shafik? Yeah. From this gentleman's camp? The other one? Well, these are 6 people. We're already 6. Okay. Now, sir, the one who came from Jack, you stay where you're supposed to be. Now that we have 6 people who are going to ask questions, the candidates, this is not going to be democratic, okay? If all the 5 people are asking only you, it's fine. I cannot dictate that each candidate one question, no. Okay? But I just want each camp to ask a question, regardless of who they are directing the question to. The gentleman at the extreme end. Okay, no, let me have this gentleman come first. Please ask your question.
Okay, thank you so much, the program mover, for this opportunity. My name is Henry Lukwago. I'm being ordered to ask you my question, but I want to single out a candidate because we all don't know who's going to be the good president tomorrow. So I want them all to answer this question. So as you can sound best, they can argue it out. Yeah, we believe that the environment includes the atmosphere.
Friends,
we believe.
Now this is hold on. Now these are people from the audience. There's no need to boo them. There's no need to. What's the problem? What's the problem? You in glasses. Relax.
Okay, let us solve the problem of audibility.
The order, the rules are the same. Only one question from each person. I don't care who it is directing the question to. If it is all candidates, thank you. It's fine.
Okay, thank you. My question is that the environment includes the atmosphere, includes the ground, and beneath the ground. I want all these candidates to tell us that how practical are their manifestos in regard to the environment. Why? Because we are here talking things out theoretically, and we shall not need only theory, not talking about things and are not being put into practice. So how practical are their manifestos in regard to the environment, which has actually brought us here today? Thank you so much.
Thank you. So candidates, all of you have that question. How practical is your manifesto in regard to the environment? Yes, sir.
All right, first and foremost, good afternoon, everyone. My question will go to Benon. There are some spreading rumors that I'm not understanding. Is it true that Benon wants to endorse Isma, or I'm not understanding?
Okay.
So, if possible, Honorable Benon,
Thank you for the question. Thank you. Hey,
what's going
excuse
on.
me, sir.
Okay,
Excuse
thank
me,
you.
sir. Pass the microphone to the gentleman in maroon. Benon. Friends, wait. Gentleman in a coat. Thank you. Friends.
Excuse
me. While this should guide the rest. Benon, you don't have to answer that question. That's a personal question. It has nothing to do with the environment. So you don't have to answer that question.
A moment of silence. Good evening. Good evening to you all. My name is Brighton Abindabiamu from Team ISMA, and I'm in procurement year 1. My question is simply one about initiatives, and it goes to His Excellency Francis Kanuga Mbabazi. They sent him a question which was tightening about the initiatives of whether recycling was the best initiative to curb recycling of waste. He said, listening is a skill and hearing is a sense. Use one. He said, in his response to the question, he said that sensitization, we are looking for leaders who act, not who promise. If all those fail, he was betting on Walakira Ismail's initiative. Let him bring his. The question is simple. If he has, let him bring his situation and his policy. Apart from betting on our president issue, please, we are looking at that. Another question. There are two questions. Two. For him. We talked of, listen, we are talking about the environment. We are talking about the environment. You people, listen. We are talking about the environment. I found it. What is it?
Okay.
We are talking about the environment. The question is two.
Bro.
We are talking about the environment. He spoke. Listen.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
Him down.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me have everyone go back to their position. Boss. But I want to applaud you. You didn't come here for that. Okay. If you're not security, please get back to where you're supposed to be. Sir, get back. Okay. Now, some guidance, Some guidance. Gentlemen, some guidance. I know sometimes we misunderstand context. Okay? It is very fine to ask a question, but be calm. You lose nothing. And now, don't interrogate his conversation. Just ask him a question. And then he writes down, okay? So now you have an opportunity to ask your question again.
Excuse me. Please. Let's listen. I believe this is a battle of minds. Let's use minds and listen. The question is this. The question is simple. Listen, the question is simple. He was asked the best initiative that would cover recyclement, which was brought by ISMA. We are looking for a leader who will bring systems, not covering fellow leaders' initiatives.
Okay,
He
thank
came
you.
and talked of initiatives.
Thank you so
of
much.
sensitization. What
Thank
is
you
he
so
putting
much.
in place? What are you putting in place?
Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, it's okay. But as students of this mighty hill of Nakawa, we need to learn to become, it's a time of just questions. His Excellency, have you gotten the question? Wait, have you gotten his question? Have you noted it? Then prepare the answer. Okay? Prepare the answer. Next question.
Ladies of the house, gentlemen, good afternoon.
Are you going to ask?
Jean Mili Mogisha is my name. Team Kanuga. I have one question in particular that applies to 3 candidates, most importantly, Honorable Walakira Ismail. So, His Excellency, my question goes to you, Benon, and Kisoma. I don't know if you can assess to us the carbon footprint of the current MUBS situation. That is one. And tell us, due to budget constraints, how best can you cap that carbon footprint within the MUBS society?
Thank you. His Excellency Kanuga, have you noted? Have you noted the question? Pardon? You've noted it. Okay. It's okay. He has noted the question. You've not had it? Oh, friends, please. The question is, let's please re-echo it. Be very precise so that he notes down.
For purposes of maybe clarity, I'm asking for status quo of the carbon footprint in the MUBS society and how best, due to the budget constraints, how best you would actually handle this and how much would you prioritize to actually cap this carbon footprint we are having.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening. Yes, please ask.
I have a question. I don't want to narrow myself to each and every candidate, but I'm going to ask all of them. Whoever can answer can be able to answer the question. How best can we address the narrative of student leaders implementing things within campus, and yet we know that charity begins from home? How best can we have a policy of campus?
Thank you.
How best can we have policies to address environmental issues of campus? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I think he's the last person and he's asking on behalf of. This is person number 6. Okay, relax, 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 relax. Now where are you going? Relax. How many have asked questions? How many? How many? Okay. Friends, who has asked the question on his behalf? Who is asking a question on his? Now, you're the one who had called problems. You disappear and then what?
Vimba Kisoma Vimba. Vimba Kisoma Vimba.
Boss, ask a question.
So, guys, we keep coming. So, my question relates with preserving the environment. And preserving the environment includes the way we litter everything in the compound.
Ask the question. Ask the question, please.
So my question is, so before, it includes littering and everything.
Ask a question, please. You're wasting time.
So before, we had lesser dustbins at the campus. So there was a yellow government before. So I heard there was a budget and we believed in increasing on the dustbins and places to litter. But it came in unfortunate that the yellow government we had by then changed the green dustbins. They just painted them. I mean, okay, my question goes to Comrade Kanuga. My question goes to Comrade Kanuga. So the dustbins were green. Instead of increasing on them, they just painted them yellow.
Question.
So the question is, when you come to power, are you going to bring out something new, or you're going to remain with the yellow narrative of
Thank you so much.
painting?
Thank you so much. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. That was an excellent question. Now, the Mvule generation, which has organized this in conjunction with the EC, we have a member for Mvule generation to ask a question that goes to all candidates. Please, step forward. Please, the microphone is right there.
So,
This is a question to everyone because it is from Mvule generation.
our question is, what is one measurable environment change? What is one measurable environment change? What is one environmental measurable change? What is one measurable environment change you promise to achieve within your first term, and how will you deliver? What is one measurable environmental change you promise to achieve within your first term, and how will you deliver it?
Thank you so much. Have we finished noting down? You want the question repeated? Friends, we are taking much time. Mvule is not one of the panelists. It's not.
The question is, what is one measurable environmental change? What is one measurable environmental change? What is one measurable environmental change you promise to achieve within your first term, and how will you achieve it? How will you deliver it?
Is that okay? Okay. I'm going to have a response. Benon, are you ready to start? Thank you. But on the question of in regard to whatever you're joining, it's a personal question. I don't encourage you to respond to it. Okay? Because this is climate change issues. In your political debate, you can answer such questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And it has come to my notice that people have been disturbed by the noise pollution and they didn't understand the point of the debate. So, to the gentleman, how practical is our manifesto? I think that's the first question I was addressed to. The first thing, like I told them, my manifesto regarding to the environment. Oh, what?
Hold on. That question came from this area. Madam, sir, this is not time to do TikTok videos. You're making people talk. Focus on them. After that, you'll interview everyone you want. Okay? Please respond again.
Thank you. Like I promised you, how practical is my manifesto regarding the environment is very simple. Like I told you, I pledge and commit myself to make sure that will lobby a recycling machine in this campus. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's our prosecuties. Then for the understanding, that is the issues. Then off campus, how best can we implement our, oh, Mr. OP asked the question. Like I told you, as of campus GRC, I had a plan and in the budget that we should always carry on hostel cleanings every 4 times in every semester. Thank you, that is one. So the carbon footprints, that is very simple, even if we don't have the budget. It is just make sure that you put rules that do not allow the carbon to enter in the campus. For example, as a campus, when we don't have money, we don't need money. Destroy those vehicles that come in the campus and they have the air pollution, and that is it. And then the fume. Another thing, destroying from being the normal banning of the dustbin or the dust or the waste. Use the recycling machine that I've told you. Another thing, the measurable environment change that, like I told you, the measurable environment change we can put in this institution is make sure that we bring a recycling machine or even partner with a recycling company. Thank you so much. For God and my country, Benon is my name. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. The question still goes, how practical will I use my manifesto in regards to the environment? I talked of the Green Revolution. It is going to be a small initiative, but with a bigger impact, including tree planting in this institution, because there is no way you can fight the emission of carbon monoxide minus putting up agents that consume the carbon monoxide. So hence the tree planting. In the same Green Revolution, we always have a tendency of actually touching on one of the questions that one of the addressers brought to the table, addressing the issues of campus. Visibly, you have a project right at the small gate where we cap soil erosion by putting up or cementing the small gate path as UID. So we would love to still go back to the areas of Kataza and we do something about that area as well in the projects that we're having in plan. Number two, power. Number two, we would love.
Sir, to respond in questions. Just answer questions.
Okay, sir. My apologies. So, number two, talking about the other business idea actually you brought to the table. As a leader who has a mind that is able to help the students, you talked about recycling, giving the students opportunity to collect these water bottles, reuse them, make art crafts so that they could make money. Maybe that would be a source of small income or for them to be able to afford the lifestyle in campus because it's really expensive, I can guarantee you. So those are some of the things I would love to do in the first few times in my regime, answering 3 questions at one time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How practical is my manifesto in achieving waste management? One, I have ensuring and enforcing the waste management policy. 2, continuing with initiatives such as the campus cleanup, just like we've done. 3, setting up student environmental task force and also working hand in hand with available clubs like Mvule to ensure environmental conservation. Thank you so much. Oh, all right. All right. So another question was about the carbon footprint in MUBS, the status quo of carbon footprint in MUBS community, and how best can it be curbed. So carbon footprint means the fumes emitted from vehicles entering into our university. The status quo of carbon footprint in MUBS, I would say it is on a high rate because we have a lot of cars entering into our institution. If we are to observe, we have the Muslim community always bringing their cars almost every Friday. We have our lecturers, majority of them have cars, and also students. And you find out that most of these vehicles are not in good working condition, that they keep on emitting those fumes in the environment. And so we see motorcycles and and the Kutukus bringing reference at the canteen, still doing the same thing. And how best can they be curbed? This can be done through ensuring that vehicles which are in poor working condition, or maybe which have been identified to be emitting those dangerous fumes, at least have restrictions where they should stop before entering into the university deep to destroy the to cause air pollution. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I think that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Let's allow the lady speak.
I'll answer the question. How practical my manifesto is to the environment. How practical my manifesto is to the environment, right? All right. Number one, I will look at the football pitch and the basketball court. It has no green pasture. And yet we pay functional fee, which is, which has...
A minute. Benon, Tevin.
At risk, because if someone falls down, will get injured. So to prevent the injuries, we have to plant some grass. So that's,
Okay.
we have...
Please move to your next question.
So another one is about...
The next question, I think it was from Mvule generation.
Oh, yeah. What is the measurable environmental change I promise to change, and how will I achieve it, right? Is that the question?
Yeah.
All right. The measurable environmental change I can do, and I believe disposing of bottles. How will I remove it, or how can I change it? Even our secondary schools have they have purifiers, the tanks that have purifiers. So I believe if we have purified tanks, we can go away with plastic bottles. And I promise, if I'm placed in power, I will change that.
Thank you so much. Well, hey friend.
And
please.
How best can it be implemented? And my answer was that sensitization. Why? Everything starts with the mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very aware that some of you have not had environmental discussions till today. So we must have these conversations on a daily to ensure that people know everything. Practicability starts with knowing. So if people know the dangers of these plastics in the environment, then definitely we can curb anything in regards to pollution. Thank you so much. And then,
friends, hey. Okay, some silence, friends. Just let him answer.
Maybe those who are singing Bakuwayelo could listen to this answer. How best? Another individual asked about how best we can implement environmental protection off campus. And I will give an example when we did the Ubuntu initiative and we went within Kataza to clean it up and etc. Some people believe that leadership is confined within the walls of this institution, like a guild president's work. Yet I am of the view that MUBS is not only this structure. MUBS is the community. MUBS is Kataza. MUBS is Mbuya, where students are staying. So as long as we can extend these initiatives there, then definitely we are serving and protecting the environment. The last question came from a new person, and they were like, they gave reference to painting trash bins yellow and etc. I have reason to believe that when we are giving credit, we give credit where it's due. But also when you are criticizing, we make sure we direct criticism to where it is supposed to go. These are two governments behind me, so I don't know the logistics of what happened. And I'm not answerable to that. The last question was from Mvule Club. And they were like, what measurable environment change will I promise to achieve and how will I achieve it? Now, definitely,
it's okay to, it's okay. Let's him answer the last question. Please proceed. The last one.
Yes. First of all, we must understand that the only environmental danger this institution has is basically plastics. Because we are not carrying out deforestation here. We are not emitting carbon dioxide to the extent of destroying the environment. All we have is what? Is plastics. So which means our efforts must go towards to correct dispose of these what? These plastics. And that is very achievable. As I told you, we have these new dustbins there that we are calling fancy dustbins because they have aligned this for plastics, this for food and other trash. So which means now we must go out to the 20,000 students of MUBS and tell them this plastic goes in this color. This goes here. And that way we shall protect our environment, that we shall keep our school clean. Ambasize Francis Kanuga is my name. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's keep it low.
Allow
please.
Shafik to speak. Let's allow Shafik to speak. Friends, let's
Okay,
listen
thank
to
you
Shafik.
thank you very much. Thank you. I've been asked two questions. One is, what is one measurable environmental change you promise to achieve within your first term? Then the other one about carbon. I will answer both questions with three strong points. I've noted them down here. One is implement campus sustainable initiatives like cleanups. Two, emphasizing awareness to the students. Three, advocate for environmental friendly policies. Yeah, those are the answers I could give.
Thank
about
you
them.
so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much. I want to thank each candidate for responding to the questions accurately. At this point, as we conclude, friends, we are the reason we are still here. We would be done already. Relax. Now, I want to thank, allow me mention you by names. I thank you, Benon. Thank you, Tevin. Thank you, Ismail. Thank you, Jackline. Thank you, Francis. And thank you, Shafik, for doing what you're doing. The reason they are screaming is because each one of you has a certain level of impact on whatever we are doing here. At this point in time, with respect in time, I want to, okay, at this point, the candidates are done. I want to welcome the mainstream organizer of the Makerere University Business School elections of this year, and that is none other than the chairperson of our highly esteemed independent electoral commission.
The Mvule Generation Club, the Electoral Commission, the Guild Aspirants, Mr. Joseph Bagumira Binji, the security personnel, and the student fraternity. Good evening to all. First and foremost, I would like to thank the guild aspirants and the supporters for turning up for the debate. Thank you so much. Number two, I want to extend my thankful, I'm filled with a lot of happiness to the Mvule Generation Club. Thank you so much, Mr. Hans and the president and the club. We are so happy you pulled this off. Now, to the guild aspirants and the supporters, this Wednesday we shall have two debates. The first one, we shall have it generally for the school at the basketball court, and therefore you will have rallies. Secondly, the guild aspirants on the same day, we shall hold a debate at NBS, and it will be live. Each candidate will be restricted to bring only 10 members. The debate will be put out on NBS at exactly 10 p.m. and that implies by 9 we should be at the next media park. Then to the supporters, the Electoral Commission would like to address the issue that happened on the night of the nomination. Number one, as the Electoral Commission, as the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, I do not have powers to command military to beat you up. Number two, we stand with the students that were affected. And I've met students like Ruth, Gray, Martin that got injuries in that scuffle. And I wish them quick recovery. With all that said, I officially close the debate. Thank you so much.
May we all stand for the national anthem.